if you're feeling stuck and unhappy in your life, if you feel like the universe is conspiring against you, if you feel like nothing is going in your favor, you're going to want to watch this video, because in today's video, I'm going to teach you the one thing that keeps every single person in this world. It even happens to me, if I allow it to maintain in the frequency and in the vibration of unhappiness and stuckness. And that one thing is fear. The feeling of fear, the emotion of fear is what keeps every single person in this world unhappy and stuck in their life. Fear is so powerful that it does not allow any human being in this world to move forward in their life, to be able to attract and vibrate at the right frequency in order for their manifestations to come to fruition. If you've been feeling like your manifestations are not coming true, if you feel like nothing is going in your favor, it is because of fear. Fear is the strongest emotion every single human has. And when we don't understand something, when you don't understand something in your life, and when you can't control the outcome, or when you can't figure out how to make it work in your favor, every single human attaches to fear first. And this energy, this vibration, living in this mindset is what keeps every single person stuck and unable to reach their goals, unable to manifest their dreams and their desires in this life. Now, there are 6 different fundamental fears that exist out in this world. And understanding every single one of these and getting to the root cause of why you are feeling these fears will help you to transform your life, because now you are empowering yourself and understanding why you are embodying the energy of fear and how to transform that energy, how to transmute that energy into an emotion that vibrates at a high frequency, so that you are vibrating at a high frequency of emotion, of feeling, of thought, and therefore are able to attract everything that you desire effortlessly, transform your life, and live in a vibration of happiness, of joy, of optimism, of unity, of love, of excitement. If you know someone who continuously lives in the frequency of fear, let me know in the comments below. If that happens to be you, don't be so hard on yourself. I was there at one point too. I literally allowed fear to control every single aspect of my life. And when I became aware of how fear was destroying my life, not allowing me to manifest the life that I've always wanted, not allowing me to live in my purpose, not allowing me to attract love, not allowing me to live in the joy and the optimism and the hope and the excitement that is this beautiful life that every single one of us has, when I understood how to change this, how to transform this energy of fear into joy, into happiness, my whole life changed. I went from being a single mom who lived at my mom's house with my then 4-year-old son, our dog, in my small childhood bedroom, making only a couple of $100s a month, to having this beautiful career here on YouTube, to being able to empower and support every single one of you. And you can do this too. Every single one of you embodies the light, embodies the love, to be able to transform this fear-based energy that is so stagnant, that keeps every single one of us vibrating at this lower frequency. You are able to and capable of transforming into this positive, higher vibration, emotion, frequency that will help you to align with everything it is that you want. Now, this is where the work begins for you, because it is when you start processing and when you start understanding where these fears originate from, this is where the change happens. This is where you can transform your life. This is where the work will begin for you, because you will have to start peeling away the layers. You will have to start really getting honest with yourself and truthful with yourself. And the ego oftentimes doesn't want us to do that. It's very easy for the ego to want to blame everybody else for the problems that exist in our lives. And so when you find your ego blaming other people, other environments, other circumstances for the reason that the world is conspiring against you, or nothing is going in your favor, or you're feeling miserable, or you're unhappy, or you feel stuck, or you're stressed out, whatever those emotions and feelings are, this is where your work begins, is in acknowledging, taking responsibility, taking accountability, and going, hold on a minute. The feelings that you are experiencing in those moments are actually connected to the root of fear. When you start understanding the fundamentals of every single fear and the root of every single fear and how it plays a role in your life, you can take control of your life. You can take charge and start creating the appropriate shifts in your life to help you to live the life you've always wanted, to help you attract everything that you've always wanted into your life. So let's get started. The first fear is fear of poverty. This can look like lack mindset, scarcity mindset. It could look like a fear of not having enough money to pay your bills. It can look like worry about where your money is coming from. It can even look like having a job that you hate, that does not bring you any joy, that is not fulfilling, but that you continue to work at. Why? Because it pays your bills. Because it's the money that you need in your bank account to support your family. And I know that some of you may turn around and go, well, what is the other option? Well, there are many options to understand and work from. However, before you want to get ahead, you're first going to want to take a couple of steps back and understand where that poverty root cause is coming from in your life. Because chances are this is the beautiful picture of you, all right? You, at one point or another in your life, have learned to live in the lower vibrational frequency of fear of poverty, and now have attached to the frequency of fear of poverty, and therefore you are not able to attract more abundance in your life because you are embodying poverty rather than embodying abundance. You are feeling poverty rather than feeling abundance. The universe is only able to meet you at the energy that you are currently vibrating at. And so when you vibrate at the energy, the frequency, the vibration of poverty, that is all you are ever going to attract in your life. The next fear to look at is ill health. When you vibrate at the frequency of ill health, you can be always worried about the next time you're going to get sick. You could be a hypochondriac. You could be a germaphobe. You could always be wondering if your family members are going to get sick, or your kids, or anybody you love. And so you're constantly living in this fear of ill health. And therefore, what are you attracting into your life? Illness. You're attracting ill health into your life because you are vibrating at that frequency. Have you ever met those people who, whenever you talk to them, they're always telling you about something that's wrong with their body? Oh, my shoulders are hurting, my back is hurting, my knees, now I have this new sickness, now I have this old sickness, I have all these illnesses, I have all these sicknesses. And if you were to ever look inside their medicine cabinet, they've got 10,000 different prescriptions for 10,000 different illnesses and sicknesses. Chances are their biggest fear is fear of ill health. And because they fear ill health, whether it's consciously or unconsciously in their mind, they are attracting that. Understanding the root cause of where this fear of ill health has come from will help you to transmute and shift that perspective. Chances are, if you look back and peel away the layers of your life, you can look to a time where maybe somebody that you loved got ill, or somebody who you knew who took a lot of medicine to mask all their ailments, who lived in dis-ease, right? Disease, the word disease, when you split it up, is dis-ease. They are not living in ease. They are not living in fluidity. They are living in dis-ease, and therefore they are attracting diseases and illnesses. And in order to shift from that fear of ill health, one can actually do tangible things in their life to transform that. So think about what you are doing in your life and where the fear of ill health has originated from in your life to be able to transform that. The next fear we have is the fear of loss of love. How many of you want to attract a life partner and yet can't seem to find the right relationship, or can't seem to find the right partner, or always end up in karmic relationships? Let me know in the comments below, because chances are there's a few of you out there. And if you want to know more about karmic relationships, you're going to want to watch this video that's either, I think, on this side or this side. I always forget which side it's on, but one of those sides, to find out more about karmic soulmates and soul contracts, all right? The loss of love can originate from a few things. You may have grown up watching one of your parents pass away, or somebody that you love pass away or disappear from your life, right? If your mom or dad wasn't around, or your grandparents, or if you grew up without their support, without their love, without their encouragement, then you could have this fear of loss of love connected back into your life. When you live in the fear of loss of love, all you are emitting out into the universe is lower density emotions that vibrate at a lower frequency. And therefore, because you are vibrating at this fear frequency of loss of love, you don't attract the partner that you want, because you're continuously going, I want this partner. I wish I had this. Why don't I have this? Where is it? Why haven't they come into my life yet? And so on and so forth. And those are all denser, lower vibrational, lower frequency emotions. And that is what you are emitting out into the world. And so understanding how fear of loss of love is actually stopping you from attracting love will help you to transform that so that you can attract the love that you desire. This is where you are going to have to do the work and ask yourself, what has happened in my life where I now have a fear of loss of love? The next fear is fear of criticism. How many of you know that you have an important life purpose? How many of you know that there is something more that you are destined to do? How many of you are afraid to own who you are and to live authentically and to speak up and be assertive? This is because you are vibrating at the frequency of fear of criticism. This is crippling. They all really are, but this is crippling. Continuously worrying about other people's perceptions of you, other people's opinions of you, will stop you not only from living in the higher vibrational emotions, but it will stop you from living in a life of happiness and fulfillment. And this fear of criticism is what's actually keeping you stuck and unhappy. And so understanding, peeling away the layers, you see the theme? There's the work here that you have to do in asking yourself, which of these fears am I living in? Where did these fears come from? And how can I transmute these lower vibrational fears of denser, lower frequencies to higher vibrating emotions? So perhaps you grew up with parents who were very highly critical, who controlled all aspects of your life. And understanding and getting to the bottom of that will help you to transmute this fear of criticism into a positive, higher vibrating emotion like joy and optimism and excitement and love. The next fear is fear of old age. The most common thing that people say when they are dying, what they share, is that they wish that they had lived a life of authenticity and that they wish that they had done exactly what they wanted to do versus worrying so much about what other people have said. Fear of old age could come from, again, the environments that you grew up, maybe watching somebody that you love pass away, or maybe feeling like you are not living in alignment, that you are not living in your purpose. And so you have the fear of the old age rather than embracing and knowing that with age comes wisdom, comes experience, comes new chapters and new journeys in our life, right? But your fear of old age is coming from this fear of not actually living in alignment, not actually pursuing your purpose, knowing that you're destined for something greater in this world, but being maybe too afraid of criticism or maybe too afraid of poverty to be able to emit that energy of living in your highest vibration, of living in alignment with your true soul purpose. The final fear is fear of death. Fear of death can, again, be a very crippling fear. It can stop us from living a life of joy, of happiness, of adventure. It can stop us from surrendering to the universe and allowing ourselves to experience freely and living in the moment. Understanding where this fear of death is connected to, peeling back the layers, going back into your childhood and asking yourself, do I have a fear of death? And if so, why? Most of you who are feeling stuck and unhappy in your life will most definitely be in one of these fears, okay? So asking yourself, why am I stuck in this fear? Where did this fear originate from? Why do I carry this fear in my life? And how can I transmute this fear into a higher vibrating emotional frequency? Once you start recognizing that fear does not control you, that fear is a passing thought in your mind, and that you have the ability to change the mindset, to transform the train of thought that you have, to transform the story, the narrative that you have around these particular fears, your whole life will change. Everything around you will change. As you start calling out the truth in your life, the patterns, the behaviors of where the fear originates from and why you live in this fear, then you can shift your life. Only when you start doing the work will you be able to transform things in your life. But in understanding these fundamental fears is the first step in taking action, in holding yourself accountable and being responsible for the life that you want to create versus being the victim of the life that is in front of you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment below, let me know your thoughts, and make sure you go watch the next video where I teach you how to shift from this 3D mindset, which is very fear-based, to 5D mindset, which is all about hope, optimism, and joyful expectation. I look forward to seeing you soon. We'll see you later, alligator. Peace out. Bye.